Hello, I'm Dr. Grace Prescott, and today I want to uncover a topic that, despite being crucial, is often silenced: prostate health. If you're over 60 or have an important man in that age group, this video is for you. Do you find yourself waking up all night to go to the bathroom, or dealing with that uncomfortable feeling that your bladder is never fully empty? Many believe this is just part of getting older, but I'm here to tell you there's a different path. In this session, I'll share the 5 daily habits that, based on my experience as a urology specialist, I consider essential. These aren't magic solutions. They're science-backed strategies to nourish, protect, and revitalize your prostate. We'll cover everything from the right way to hydrate and the power of your diet, to the importance of small daily movements and the magic of restorative sleep. And yes, there's one habit many avoid, but it has a surprising impact on prostate well-being. Adopting these habits could be the key to transformation. Imagine having more energy, sleeping deeply, reducing stress, and regaining your self-confidence. This video is an invitation to discover how simple choices can unlock a vitality and freedom you might have thought were lost. Stay with me until the end. The information here could be a game changer for your quality of life this year. There's a condition that manifests discreetly, but is affecting millions of men worldwide. It's a topic that rarely gets the spotlight, and the lack of dialogue about it is quietly compromising the quality of life of fathers, grandfathers, brothers, and partners. As a physician with over a decade of experience in urology, I've had the honor and responsibility of guiding thousands of men through the challenges inherent to aging. However, there's one specific conversation I believe every man over 60 needs to have. Not in whispers, not behind closed doors, and certainly not when time has already run out. It's a conversation about your prostate and, more significantly, about simple, natural daily practices that can safeguard, rejuvenate, and potentially strengthen your prostate health. We're not here to talk about short-term gimmicks or empty promises. What I intend to share with you is research-based knowledge with solid evidence. These are tested, practical approaches used by researchers and healthcare professionals worldwide to empower men to age with greater comfort, fewer complications, and a much greater sense of freedom. If you've passed the 60-year mark or have a loved one in that phase, please give me your attention. These 5 daily habits may seem insignificant on their own, but together they have revolutionary potential. In fact, one of them might surprise you completely. So keep watching until the end, especially if your prostate and urinary system health matter to you. This could be the most impactful video you'll watch this year. To truly understand the importance of these habits, it's essential to first learn a bit about the prostate. This gland, about the size of a walnut, is located just below the bladder, surrounding the urethra, the tube through which urine leaves the body. It plays a vital role in male health by producing a fluid that helps nourish and transport sperm. Up until around age 50, many men barely remember the prostate exists. However, starting at age 60, this small gland begins to undergo changes, not always for the better. The medical term for this natural, age-related growth is benign prostatic hyperplasia, or BPH. While it's not a serious condition like cancer, it can cause significant discomfort. According to the National Institutes of Health, more than 50% of men in their 50s already show signs of prostate enlargement, and by age 70, that number exceeds 80%. How does this show up in daily life? For many, it starts subtly: a weaker urine stream, the persistent feeling that the bladder hasn't fully emptied, difficulty starting urination, or, often the most bothersome, the need to get up multiple times at night to use the bathroom, disrupting sleep and draining energy. Most men think this is just an inevitable part of aging, but that's a misconception, and potentially harmful one. New scientific research reveals that inflammation and prostate enlargement can be significantly influenced and even improved through daily habits that help regulate inflammation, hormones, and blood flow. Let's start with the first habit: something right in front of us. How, when, and what you drink makes a huge difference. Proper hydration isn't just good for overall health, it plays a direct role in reducing prostate inflammation and improving urinary function. As men age, the sense of thirst tends to diminish. It's common for older adults to go hours without drinking, only hydrating once dehydration has set in. The result is overly concentrated, acidic urine full of waste products that can irritate the bladder and aggravate prostate tissue. This poor hydration pattern contributes to one of the most frustrating BPH symptoms, nocturia, the need to urinate multiple times at night. But here's where research offers a practical solution. A study published in the Journal of Urology involving over 2,000 men aged 60 or older showed that well-distributed hydration early in the day, combined with reduced fluid intake at night, led to a 41% decrease in nighttime urinary urgency and frequency. What do I recommend? Hydrate, like it's a medical prescription. Drink water consistently from morning until mid-afternoon. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses, about 1.5 to 2 liters, depending on your activity level and kidney health. Then gradually cut back in the evening to let your bladder rest overnight. This small routine adjustment reduces irritation, helps gently flush toxins, and supports normal prostate function without overloading the body. Now, let's talk nutrition, because the daily choices on your plate become a powerful ally for your health. The foods you eat impact everything from hormone regulation to inflammation, and yes, even your risk of prostate problems. Let's start with one of the most potent compounds studied in current prostate research, lycopene. This is a phytonutrient found in foods like tomatoes, guava, and watermelon. An interesting fact, when tomatoes are cooked, especially with olive oil, lycopene becomes much more absorbable by the body. Meta-analyses, like one published in the International Journal of Cancer, showed that men who ate cooked tomatoes at least twice a week had a significantly lower risk, 28% less, of developing prostate problems, conditions affecting the gland. This highlights the power of such a simple dietary element. Next, there's zinc, an essential mineral concentrated in pumpkin seeds, seafood, and some nuts. Zinc plays a crucial role in the male body. It supports healthy hormone balance, vital for overall men's health, and is involved in important enzymatic reactions and maintaining healthy prostate structure. Zinc deficiency has been linked to prostate problems, so ensuring adequate intake is key. And we can't forget cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, kale, and Brussels sprouts. They offer another layer of protection. These veggies contain sulforaphane, a compound known to influence the body's detoxification pathways and help prevent cellular changes that could lead to more serious prostate issues. Think of them as your tiny cellular guardians. The ideal plate is therefore mostly plant-based, rich in color, which signals a variety of nutrients and antioxidants, and complemented with lean proteins, whole seeds, and healthy fats. In this context, food becomes proactive care, an accessible yet powerful way to support prostate resilience. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Drop your city or country in the comments so I can greet you personally in our next videos. This channel grows thanks to men like you seeking reliable health information. Another underestimated and completely free strategy is walking. That's right. A light 15-minute walk after meals, especially lunch and dinner, can significantly influence prostate health in multiple ways. Research from the University of São Paulo School of Medicine found that older men who engaged in post-meal movement had up to 35% less risk of developing moderate to severe BPH symptoms compared to those who stayed sedentary. But what's happening physiologically? Walking after meals boosts blood flow to the pelvic area, improving oxygenation and nutrient delivery to the prostate gland. It also helps regulate blood sugar, which is critical since insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes are directly linked to prostate problems. Light physical activity also lowers systemic inflammatory markers, including C-reactive protein and interleukin-6, both often elevated in chronic prostate inflammation. Think of walking as post-meal medicine. You don't need a gym, you don't need to run. Just walk gently indoors or outdoors consistently. Over time, this small, lifelong investment yields extraordinary protective effects for your prostate and your entire body. We'll wrap up with what might be the most underestimated habit of all: quality sleep. Chronic sleep deprivation has a biological cost far deeper than most realize. Quality sleep governs our production of essential hormones like melatonin and growth hormone, both with documented anti-inflammatory properties and critical roles in tissue repair and immune regulation. In fact, a study from the Journal of Cancer Epidemiology, Biomarkers and Prevention found that men with frequent sleep disruptions had an elevated risk of developing advanced prostate problems compared to those with uninterrupted sleep. Sleep impacts hormone levels, inflammation, mental clarity, and metabolic balance, all central to prostate health. To optimize sleep, aim for 7 to 9 hours per night in a dark, cool, quiet room. Avoid caffeine late in the day, reduce screen time at night, and keep a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. It's not luxury. It's essential regenerative medicine for the aging body. Now, I want to ask something important to create better content. What worries you most? Write number 1 if it's getting up multiple times at night to urinate, or number 2 if it's the feeling of incomplete bladder emptying. Your answer helps us understand which topics matter most to our audience. Now, let's address a habit that, though natural and relevant to male well-being, can sometimes be surrounded by hesitation to discuss, especially as the years advance: maintaining regular prostate fluid release. From a strictly health perspective, ensuring regular release of prostate fluid isn't just healthy, it can be one of the body's most effective methods for clearing gland waste. A landmark 2016 study published in European Urology by Harvard researchers followed over 30,000 men for 18 years. They found a fascinating correlation. Men with higher frequency of prostate fluid release, 21 or more times per month, had a significantly lower risk, 33% less, of developing prostate problems compared to those with lower monthly frequency. Biologically, this regular release helps the prostate expel residual fluids, old cells, and inflammatory proteins, substances that, when they accumulate, can lead to gland congestion and irritation. Beyond this cleansing effect, intimate activity also enhances pelvic circulation, benefiting overall local health. It helps reduce tension in the muscles surrounding the prostate, promotes healthier hormone balance, and can even lower cortisol levels, the stress hormone known to contribute to chronic inflammation in the body. However, many men at older ages may feel embarrassed or guilty discussing this topic even with their doctor. Let me be clear, there's no age limit for prioritizing your well-being and intimate health. If you have concerns, physical, emotional, or relational, it's essential to talk openly with a healthcare professional. Your urologist is there to support, not judge, and can provide guidance and solutions to maintain a healthy, fulfilling life at every stage. These 5 habits, strategic hydration, targeted nutrition, post-meal walking, restorative sleep, and regular intimate activity, may seem simple, but that's where their great power lies. You don't have to wait for symptoms to take control of your health. You can start acting today. In my clinical experience, the men who live longest and age most gracefully, those who stay active, confident, and independent well into their 70s and 80s, are the ones who adopt a preventive stance. They don't wait for a crisis to make changes. Now you have the same opportunity. Share this knowledge with the men you love. And if you're over 60, start practicing these habits today. Your future self and your prostate will thank you. Taking care of your health doesn't have to start with medications, complex procedures, or panic. Sometimes the most powerful medicine is in the small decisions you make every day. I've witnessed firsthand how these 5 simple habits, when practiced consistently, can redefine aging for men. They not only protect the prostate, but also boost energy, improve sleep, reduce stress, and restore confidence. If you're a man over 60, let this be a turning point. And if you love a man in this stage of life, a father, husband, grandfather, encourage him. These conversations matter more than we realize, because what we ignore today, we may regret tomorrow. But what we choose to act on today can preserve freedom, vitality, and quality of life for many years to come. Thank you for dedicating your time to this content. If you found this message valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. Like this video so the algorithm helps us reach more men who need this vital information. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell for notifications when we post new content on men's health. Remember, prostate health isn't just about longevity, it's about living well. Stay informed, stay proactive, and above all, stay healthy. See you next time. This is Dr. Grace Prescott, reminding you that your best years are still ahead if you take care of them today.